So to start the practice, sitting down, and just taking a few moments to drop ourselves into the seat. Finding a comfortable posture with our back straight, imagining as if there is a string pulling us up from the top of our heads. So a dignified posture, one that keeps the mind alert, but also one that is at ease to this body. So one that is also comfortable, that we can spend the next 20 to 30 minutes in. So a dignified posture, but also one that we are at ease in. And then setting our intention for this practice. To practice meditation for the next 20 and 30 minutes, to familiarize ourselves with the process of thoughts turning into thinking. And then your own motivation. Why do you want to practice meditation? How might you benefit from the practice of meditation for yourself and others? And then gently guiding our attention inwards and finding the breath within the body. Noticing the flow of the air going in through our nostrils, filling up our lungs. Noticing the slight pause between the in-breath and out-breath. And noticing the air flowing out from our lungs and out through our nostrils. And gently resting our attention on our breath as if it were a cycle. In, pause, out, pause. In, pause, out, pause. And then trying to see if it's possible to breathe a little bit deeper than normal. So breathing in a little bit deeper than normal, both in-breaths and out-breaths being gentle. And then also trying to see if it's possible to equalize the in-breath and the out-breath. And you can use counting or phrases. For example, breathing in on a count of 3 or 4 and breathing out on a count of 3 or 4. So in breaths and out breaths a little bit deeper than normal and of equal length and rhythm. And you might notice that thoughts still arise within the mind. And that's absolutely fine. Through the practice of meditation, we are not trying to block thoughts or make the mind go blank, but letting thoughts pass freely. And then noticing when we get involved with those thoughts and get carried away into them, and thoughts turn into thinking, And when we notice that, gently bringing our mind back to this breathing body. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. In breath and out breaths, a little bit deeper than normal and of equal length and rhythm. And now turning our focus a little bit more on the out breath. And maybe noticing if there is a releasing quality to this out breath. So maybe noticing what happens in the body as the body releases the breath. You might notice the tendency for the body to relax as the body breathes out. And then maybe trying to see if the mind can learn from the body. So as the body breathes out and relaxes, our mind releases involvement with thinking and begins to settle. And now gently letting our breath fall into its natural rhythm. And gently turning our focus towards the body. Noticing the general felt feeling within the body. Maybe there's a sense of relaxation or tension, the opposite, or a sense of stillness or the opposite, agitation, or just a neutral sense, so no sense at all. So just noticing without trying to change anything. And then gently noticing the points of contact between the body and the chair, the feet and the ground. And then gently scanning through the body. So noticing our toes, the bottom of our feet, the top of our feet, our heels, ankles, the shin, calves, our knees, the back of the knee, the thighs, our hamstrings, the pelvis, the points of contact between the buttocks and the chair, the lower back, maybe noticing the curvature of the spine, our abdomen, and maybe noticing the rising and falling of the abdomen with the breath, our upper back, our chests, our fingers, hands, our forearms, the elbow, the biceps and triceps, our shoulders, our necks, our face, our ears, eyes, nose, our mouths, the back of our head, and the top of our head. And then noticing the whole body breathing, sitting here, resting on the ground. and gently noticing the weight of the body. And how the body is unconditionally supported by the ground beneath us. And as the ground unconditionally supports the body is always here and unconditionally supports the mind. So as we breathe out and our center of gravity drops, our mind rests within the body, unconditionally supported by the body resting on the ground, unconditionally supported by the ground beneath us. Mind and body resting here and now, unconditionally supported by the ground beneath us, and surrounded by space. And just resting here within experience. Nothing to do, and nowhere to be. And maybe you feel letting go, the notion of having to meditate. So just being here right now. And just deciding to sit and do nothing. So being here sitting and doing nothing. So when the gong rang, where was your mind? Were you sitting there doing nothing? Or was there thinking? Maybe about the past, or the future, or the present. So just noticing that and gently bringing the mind back to this breathing body. So again, as I breathe in and I breathe out, and as I breathe out, the center of gravity drops. Gently letting the mind drop into the body. Body resting here on the ground, unconditionally supported by the ground beneath us. And just again, resting within experience. So being here right now, resting within experience, nothing to do, nowhere to be, and letting go of the notion to have to meditate. And just deciding to sit here and do nothing. So when the gong rang, were you sitting there doing nothing? Or was there thinking? Maybe about the past? Or the future? Or maybe there was dullness. So noticing that and gently bringing the mind back to this breathing body. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. And as I breathe out, and my center of gravity drops, mind rests within the body, body resting on the ground, unconditionally supported by the ground beneath us, and surrounded by space, and just resting here within experience. Nothing to do, nowhere to be, and even letting go of the notion to have to meditate. And just being here right now, and deciding to just sit and do nothing. So once again, when the gong rang, where was the mind? Was the mind involved with thoughts and there was thinking? Or was I there sitting doing nothing? And if there was thinking, gently bringing the mind back to this breathing body. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. And as I breathe out and the body relaxes, our mind rests within the body resting on the ground, unconditionally supported by the ground beneath us, and surrounded by space. And just sitting here, resting within experience. Nothing to do, and nowhere to be. Just being here right now. And now as we come towards the end of this practice, becoming aware of the body again, so becoming aware of the whole body, Whole body breathing, noticing the points of contact between the body and the chair, the feet and the ground. Noticing the space, the room around us, and our presence within the room. I am here. And then I invite you to put your hands on your heart. May you be happy. May you be at peace. May you be safe. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. And then ending with a dedication. So the dedication that any benefits that come from this practice towards myself spread outwards to other people in ever-expanding circles. And in your own time, on the sound of the bell, gently ending the practice.